Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Sponsor Block is a very useful utility for the modern internet. It's a nice little open source tool that allows you to skip over advertising as well as filler segments in many videos. Even though this does allow you to skip over fillers, intros, and outros, for the most part, the meat and potatoes of why people use this are to block in-video sponsorships and ads. And I understand why people use this tool. The internet at this point in time is one gigantic advertisement that you can't get away from even if you pay. Scott Galloway likes to call advertisements a tax for the poor and the technically not savvy. If you are technically savvy, you have installed uBlock Origin in your browser, you have installed an anti-canvassing plugin in Firefox or LibreWolf, and you have pfBlocker NG or the equivalent or Pi-hole running on your router or your DNS server, and you are not seeing ads. And if you have money, $14 a month or $15 a month for YouTube Premium, whatever it is now, is really no problem for you, nor is it a problem on any of these other websites and streaming services, because an additional $10 to $20 a month doesn't mean much to you if you make $200,000 to $400,000 a year. So advertising really is in many ways a tax on the technically uninitiated and the poor. I understand why people want to get away from this, and I understand that advertising has become a fundamentally predatory industry in many ways. Let's just be real. One of the things that I discussed in a video that I did earlier in the year is how Chase Bank is now using your purchase history for targeted ads. The entire economy where we have this great demand for sucking up every single fucking piece of personal data about who you are, how you live your life, what you buy, what you do, and associating it with you, your social, your name, your address, everything about you at your financial institution comes from the fact that there is this great industry around ads. And trying to destroy the advertising industry is something that I am completely for. By all means, I have 2 million subscribers, and if you are not using uBlock Origin right now, Brave with Shields, pfBlocker NG, I just want to punch you in the face right now. Install those plugins right now if you are not using them. They are essential to your web browsing experience. Further, even if when you do pay, you cannot get around the fucking ads. On YouTube, the monetization revenue that most YouTube creators make, that's not enough. So what they do is they put sponsored spots inside of the video. So even if you have paid for YouTube Premium, even if you are a subscriber on Patreon and paying $100 a month for their content and you donate regularly, you will still see ads. If you go to Bloomberg News, I know that's not real news. PBS, New York, everything is not real news unless it's some schizo on Substack. I get it. But the point being, I like Matt Levine's column. Matt Levine's a good dude. I like his financial reporting. It's good shit. I think it's worth paying for. The rest of the website, fuck that. I like Matt Levine. Anyway, if you pay, you could pay $40 a month for Bloomberg News if you wanted to. You would pay like for the expensive package. And when you click on a video on Bloomberg, you know what it does? It shows you an unskippable fucking ad. Like, that's when I just said, fuck this. I'm going to install Bypass Paywalls Clean, which I will link to down below for anybody who wants to install. It's an essential plugin for people who have paid $40 a month for their news and still gotten fucked by ads. I get it. You don't want to see ads. And frankly, I don't either. I am sick of this economy where even if I pay you full asking price, there are still advertisements in everything. It's annoying, and you want to get rid of them. You use Sponsor Block as one of your tools in your arsenal to avoid being advertised to avoid seeing scams, spam, and bullshit, and above all, to get back your time, because your time is worth far more to you. In the words of AVE, awesome channel on here, reviews tools, all sorts of stuff, your time to you is worth more than that 0.00008 cents is to me. By all means, block the ads. The problem that I have with Sponsor Block fundamentally is it's a cultural one. It's not even a technical one or a revenue-driven one. And that's what I wanted to talk about in today's video. I joke back and forth because there were 2 or 3 videos where somebody marked my fucking cat as a sponsor. In future videos, they marked it as filler. I still don't agree with that. BlackBerry doesn't really like being called filler. My dad used to call her a butterball, and she didn't really take well to that either. You're not filler, BlackBerry. You're very slender as it is. She actually has a degenerative bone disease. Kind of makes me sad, but man. That's not my real beef with Sponsor Block. My beef with Sponsor Block is this cultural issue with YouTube that I've noticed over the past few years, and it's really this fallacy of, what's the word I'm thinking? This antiquity fallacy where everything used to be better back then, but simultaneously people make decisions that cut against what they say. So I posted something that I found to be funny. There was this guy from The Inside Job that seemed kind of shady. It was a movie about what caused the financial crash in 2008. Whether or not you think it's highly accurate or not, it's fairly entertaining. And this one person in that movie did a funny take on the Every Breath You Take song, talking about how he wanted to be the chair of the Federal Reserve and how he hated Ben Bernanke. I found it funny. Anyway, this is like a 18-year-old video back in the olden days of YouTube. Over here, this gentleman said, I've never seen this one. I'm going to zoom in so you could see it in case you want to read along instead of listen to me. I've never seen this one, but seeing any videos from 2006 YouTube brings a nostalgic tear to my eyes. Those are the actual days of broadcast yourself, YouTube's original slogan. Days when dumb and creative videos created on a budget were posted just for fun, before corporate sponsorship poisoned the well for everyone. Here's my comment. want. Tons of people broadcast themselves every day with no sponsors. The reason plugins like Sponsor Block are popular is because 99% of this website where people broadcast themselves with no sponsors get watched by no one. My channel is mostly me shooting the shit about what is on my mind that day, and it had no sponsors and 2 million subscribers. There are tons of people like me on this site that just shoot the shit and talk about what's on their mind at the time, with 10 or 100 subscribers, but nobody takes the time to find them. Find them. Stop using Sponsor Block. Stop watching YouTubers that require you use Sponsor Block. Find one of the millions of people on this website who are still broadcasting themselves, like Mark Hunter in the 1990 movie Turn Up the Volume. Those people are here. They're out there, but you have to choose to find it rather than clicking what's on your homepage and watching a fucking ad. And this is my core problem with Sponsor Block. It's that all the people that talk about how they like the old days of YouTube, the broadcast yourself stuff, where you have people you have people like BNC Connection, you have Chris Long, you have Paul Daniels, you have Slipperman from the Distorted Guitars from Hell. You have all these cool people that are making stuff on YouTube, and they're making stuff without any advertisements whatsoever. No sponsored spots, no nothing. It's just a dude in his backyard showing you like a thing that he made for his adopted cats and stuff like that, shooting the shit as he's fixing stuff. And all of these awesome channels are not the channels that get viewed. Like this channel has virtually, again, 7,000 subscribers. It's been abandoned for a while, but he's made over 100 videos. Kind of interesting dude, had a really nice back and forth with his audience. There's millions of people uploading to YouTube every single day that still broadcast themselves, that have channels where Sponsor Block would not work because there's nothing to report, because there's no fucking ads and nobody watches them. Everybody says they like the old YouTube, but they make a concerted choice to watch content that is so chock filled with bullshit that they have to install an extension on their fucking web browser to get rid of it. And that's something that I just find kind of weird. Do I look down on you because you use Sponsor Block? Absolutely not. Do I think that you're a bad person because you use it? No. Do I think you're a bad person for blocking ads? No. As I said in this video, block as many fucking ads as you want. As someone with 2 million subscribers on YouTube, I encourage you to block all ads. PF Blocker NG, Pi-hole, LibreWolf, uBlock Origin, Canvas Blocker plugins, go for it. Install the entire suite because you need it. You need to wear a condom to deal with the modern internet and media landscape. Got no problem with that. The problem I have is when people over and over and over again, they pine for the old days of YouTube, completely ignoring the fact that there are billions of gigabytes every single fucking day uploaded to this platform, and you decide to watch the 0.00001% of it that is a commercial. There's lots of good content on this channel. There are, again, the guy that taught me most of what I know about transistors, even Steele. This guy, rest in peace, sir. This guy died. Actually, before I could even talk to him about his content. Most of his subscribers did happen after he passed away. 10,000 subscribers. This guy explained to me what a transistor. He's the first dude that explained the transistor to me in a way where it actually fucking made sense. The first dude that ever got a transistor to me to make sense. When I found this guy's channel, he had like 80 subscribers. There's no sponsored shit to filter out because he wasn't a walking ad. I found this content useful. There's everything in my subscribers. Okay, I have a couple of large channels here, but yeah, like my personal trainer's channel over here, Sunny. Okay, you used to be small, dude, but he's not small anymore. Frontline PBS, yeah. Okay, big channel. I don't need Sponsor Block for that because there's no sponsors there. The old Batman Beyond soundtrack over here, Aim and Animation. Like, I don't need Sponsor Block for this stuff because there's nothing in my feed that would require that I use Sponsor Block. It's not even that I'm against the plugin. It's just it would functionally be useless to me because there's nothing to block in my content feed. I like the old broadcast yourself YouTube, and that's what I fill my feed with for the most part. And I would suggest that if you're somebody who's pissed off with the modern YouTube, I'm going to throw something out there for you. Stop watching it. I know somebody's going to say, I don't get recommended this stuff. I don't get recommended. Look for it. Find it. That is the fun of YouTube. That's the fun of this. That was the fun of using SoulSeek back in the day. It wasn't downloading M&Ms Without Me in 2002. The fun of it was finding somebody that had some weird VHS tapes of some music from Czechoslovakia from the early 80s, or the time travel documentaries that somebody cut off their VHS tape in the late 80s. The fun in this stuff was, or like even just going on Usenet. It wasn't downloading Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. It was going to the bottom of like the Vorbis or Flack news group and just finding something that I would have never in a million years ever found. But I'm just going to download the entire news group for fun and see what's in there. Do that on YouTube. Like, search, find a random term, scroll, and just open it in a new tab and listen to it while you're driving or while you're going for a walk or something. There's so much cool shit on this platform. There are so many people that are broadcasting themselves. There are so many people that fit the niche of Mark Hunter's character in Turn Up the Volume. That's a really good movie, by the way. You want to see the origins of broadcast yourself? The origins, whatever the borderline personality disorder plus meth character that I play on here. That guy was broadcasting himself 18 years before this was a thing. That's cool shit. I like that. I like that movie. I like that character. I respect that shit. Find the Mark Hunters from Turn Up the Volume on YouTube. They're all over the place. But to find them, you have to watch content that does not require you wear a condom in order to not get fucked and bombarded with ads, sponsored shit, and garbage. Something to think about. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye now. By the way, I have a project that I'm working on. I'm not ready to release this project publicly. It is the Consumer Protection Wiki that I've been wanting to release. This is something that I'm going to be spending a lot of my time on. I'm going to be freeing myself up from a lot of my other obligations over the course of this year so that I could focus on this full time. This is not going to be accepting donations. This is not going to have any ads. There is essentially no way to make money in doing this, which is why everybody that is a family or a friend or pretty much anybody close to me thinks I'm absolutely fucking insane for trying to put all my time into this. I am preparing for it. I would like to announce the release of it in the next week to week and a half. We have a lot of work to do organizationally, coming up with the rules, the structure, the guidelines, the technical shit, and I have a Discord where I am doing that. If you are interested in this, email youtube@rossmangroup.com. That's youtube@rossmangroup.com, 2 S's and 2 N's, where I'm looking for people that are interested in not only doing the moderation of this, because this is going to be editable by anonymous people, which means that this is going to have a lot of fucking spam. It's also going to be something that requires a lot of work to build the foundational structures and rules, because I really do want to try and create the consumer reports of the 21st century, the JD Power of the 21st century, what CNET and blogging was supposed to be before it turned into a pile of scamming affiliate links and blogs and bullshit for stuff that people didn't even try. Affiliate links used to be a method for me to say, I like this piece of software, I like what it does, I like this this hardware. Somebody asked me, Lewis, when you're using your microphone, this is the only one that I've heard that sounds clear. What do you use? I link to it in my video description because you've asked for it. That's what affiliate linking used to be. Affiliate marketing nowadays has turned into this fucking scam. Here we go. I haven't tested this, but I have used many SanDisk products over the decades. So you get, look, this is the modern blog. The consumer protection was supposed to be on the internet, people just broadcasting themselves. The same way that on YouTube it was supposed to be you broadcast yourself. And over time, the same way that YouTube turned from being broadcast yourself into a giant commercial, the internet itself has turned into a giant commercial. And the problem with this is that if you want to find information on a company or a product or a practice, it's virtually impossible to, because you run into people like this who say, this product has become cheaper for no good reason? Should I look into it, or should I make a bunch of blogs with affiliate links so that I get 12% off of people buying shit that may not even work? It's the latter. That sucks. I want to try and create the pushback against this. All the things I've discussed in this channel for the past 13 years. I want all of these things, 100% of them, to be in one centralized location, easily indexed so people can look up whether it's something I said about reseller ratings 12 and a half years ago, or whether it is something that I am talking about recently with Volkswagen and a GPS, or something about the, Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Ford, and General Motors come up with these commercials about how you're going to get stalked in a parking lot of right to repair passes. I want to take all this shit, Roku blocking you from your TV, putting it into one place and having it maintained by a group of people who are passionate to be a part of the consumer reports of the 21st century. It must be well cited. It must be well maintained. This cannot be Yelp for businesses. I'm not trying to make that shit. I'm trying to make I'm pretty much trying to make the consumer reports of the 2020s something relevant to the modern take away all your data, EULA roofie, change the terms of the sale bullshit times that we live in. Consumer protection really used to be about, there's lead in this toy. This mechanic said that this was going to be $20 and it's actually $29.99 when you show up. Like consumer reports and consumer protection used to be about something different than what it is today. And I really want to start focusing on this in a way that creates awareness for way more people outside of the people, the audience of 60 to 80,000 people on average that watch my videos where I go over these consumer protection issues. Right to repair was really a canary in the coal mine for how we're getting fucked in so many other ways. And I believe that my time in having a repair business, slowly working my way through what it's like to have a repair business, dealing with Apple's bullshit, dealing with everything I had to deal with when fixing boards, meeting people that are fixing tractors, meeting people working on wheelchairs and medical equipment and everything else, and then just getting all the emails that I was getting from all of you from 2019 onwards, going over every single other vertical, every single other industry where consumers are being fucked over in new anti-ownership ways, similar to the right to repair stuff I talked about. What I've realized is that everything I've talked about was just a canary in the coal mine for everything else. And I feel like the last 15 years of my life were not preparing me to become a better repair person or a larger repair shop or anything like that. I think it was kind of preparing me for this one moment where I realized that we have this specific point in time where there's a possibility to push back against all this anti-consumer bullshit, get people to wake up to what's going on, and get people to care about it, do something about it, push back against it, whether it's somebody working at a company, whether it's somebody who is a legal clerk or an assistant to a politician that may poke them and say, hey, this is something you may want to look into. Or somebody that may just decide, I don't want to buy this product anymore. We got to organize a little bit. I want people to be aware of how they're getting screwed, of how they're getting effed. And it has to be something that goes outside the base of what I'm doing with this channel. This channel is not enough. It's one dude ranting into a camera. But if there's going to be real pushback, real change, other than just one or two virtue signaling kind of laws get passed that sound good, but at the end of the day don't really change much for the consumer, that's not enough. We need real change. And for that to happen, I need to help all you. So if that's something that you are interested in, if you have some time to put in to help organize this entire thing, and more importantly, to help moderate this thing, because this is going to require a lot of moderation to avoid turning into ripoffreport.com or Yelp Yelp, pretty much. I don't want to make you next Yelp. Do email me, youtube@rossmangroup.com. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. This is why I don't drink coffee. I had a half a cup of coffee this morning, and I feel like the fucking Energizer Bunny. Has there even been a period in half of this video? Or a comma, or a semicolon? It's just, yeah, man, don't drink coffee. It's a drug. The only reason that caffeine is not in the DSM-5 is because the people who write the DSM-5 are all hooked on it themselves. I'm convinced the only reason that coffee is not in the DSM-5 is something that should be a controlled substance is because they're all high on that shit all the time. Anyway, see you in the next video. Bye now.